The last letter. An unnatural silence filled the courtroom that day. No whispers, no coughing. It wasn't the silence of waiting. It was the silence of fear. The judge paused while arranging the papers. "Defendant, do you have a final statement?" The entire room held its breath. The defendant, Ethan Morris, 37 years old. Charges: document forgery, abuse of office, illegal use of state funds if found guilty, 20 years in prison. For 3 months, Ethan had barely spoken. He repeated only one thing: "This case is incomplete." No one understood what he meant. He slowly stood up. "I have a letter," he said. His lawyer immediately whispered, "Don't read it. It will hurt you." But Ethan shook his head. "It doesn't matter anymore." He opened the envelope. The paper was old, yellowed at the folds. He began to read. "If you are looking for the guilty one, you are judging the wrong person. The real culprit is someone else." A murmur spread across the courtroom. The letter had been written 3 years before the trial began. There was a name in the letter. Only one name. When Ethan reached it, his voice faltered. "This." The prosecutor jumped to his feet. "This is inadmissible evidence." But the judge raised his hand. "Continue." Ethan read the final line. "If you seek guilt, look at the one who started this case." Then he said the name. A man sitting in the courtroom immediately stood up. He was the investigator who had opened the case. His face turned pale. But the intrigue did not end there. When the judge examined the letter more closely, he noticed writing on the back. The handwriting was different. He read it aloud. "I did not write this letter." The room froze. So, was the letter fake? Or had someone added to it later? For the first time, Ethan truly spoke. "This letter was given to me 3 years ago. I never opened it, because I was afraid that if I did, someone would die." The courtroom stirred. "Who?" the judge asked. Ethan remained silent. An immediate examination began. Handwriting analysis. Paper dating. It turned out the first part of the letter had indeed been written 3 years earlier. The second part, only 2 days ago. Who added it? Security footage was reviewed. 1 day before the trial, someone had entered the storage room where the defendant's belongings were kept. It wasn't the investigator. It was Ethan's own lawyer. The courtroom erupted again. The lawyer stood up. "I was protecting him," he shouted. "If he said that name, they would have destroyed him." The judge spoke firmly. "So you altered evidence." The lawyer fell silent, but the final blow was still ahead. The lawyer spoke again. "The handwriting in the letter, it belongs to a missing witness." People exchanged shocked looks. That witness had supposedly died in a car accident 3 years ago. But archive documents revealed something else. He hadn't died. He had disappeared. The case was completely reopened. It turned out, the letter contained half of the truth. The lawyer added the other half to protect Ethan. The investigator was the true architect of the scheme and had intimidated the letter's author into hiding Ethan was both guilty and not guilty. He had signed the documents, but he had not created the scheme. The final verdict came 3 months later. Ethan was not fully acquitted, but instead of 20 years, he received 2 years probation. The investigator was dismissed and arrested. The missing witness was found and placed under protection. The lawyer lost his license. Ethan was the last person to leave the courtroom. He stopped at the doorway and looked back. In his hand was the same letter. He tore it in half and dropped it into the trash. For the first time, he breathed freely.